Hi, my name is Beth and I'm a sewing pattern designer and blogger at Sew DIY. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to sew a new hack that I've created for my summer sweatsuit pattern. If you're not familiar, the summer sweatsuit consists of a racerback tank top and short shorts. Both of them are made in knit fabric so that they're super comfy and stretchy. For this hack, we're taking the shorts and adding a skirt. I know that not everybody likes how short these shorts are, and I totally understand. They're very short. So this is a great adaptation, and it gives you a really full coverage, very sporty skirt. So the shorts are still here. They're just layered underneath the skirt, and then everything is attached at the waistband. So it gives you a lot of coverage, and I think it's pretty similar to a tennis skirt. So this could fly up, but you're still got your shorts on and you're totally covered. The pattern for the summer sweatsuit is available in my shop, and it has sizes up to a 58-inch bust and 58-inch hips. I have drafted a skirt pattern for every size in the pattern, and the skirt add-on is free when you sign up for my newsletter. So after you sign up, you'll get an email that gives you a link to my resource library, and then you can download the PDF from there. If you're already subscribed to the newsletter, just look for your latest email and there will be a link and the password at the bottom of every email. To sew the skirt, I'm going to be using a combination of all of my sewing machines, my conventional machine, my serger, and my Coverstitch machine. I'm kind of covering all bases here, but feel free to just use your conventional machine or just a serger. My order of sewing will be a little different to incorporate the Coverstitch hem, but I'll make sure to let you know what you need to do if you're using a conventional machine. To make this skirt, you'll need to cut out the shorts and waistband pattern pieces just as described in the pattern instructions. Then you'll need to download and print out the skirt pattern piece for your size or sizes, and then cut 2 skirt pieces on the fold. I like to use a rotary cutter because I feel like it's the most accurate and the fabric doesn't shift while cutting. Don't forget to mark the notches because we'll be using those to assemble the pattern pieces. First, we're going to sew the center front seam and center back seam. So I have my fabric right sides together, and I'm stitching with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and I'm using a lightning stitch or stretch stitch and a 3.0 length. And then I also have my walking foot installed. I like to use this to help feed the knit fabric through. If you don't have a walking foot, I like to use a little piece of tracing paper underneath the fabric just for the first like 1/2 inch or so, and then you can tear it away after you're done stitching. And sometimes it's even helpful with the walking foot if you have delicate fabric, just to make sure the fabric doesn't go down under the throat plate. You can gently tear away the paper, and then if desired, you can finish this seam with an overlock stitch or your serger. And then you want to repeat for the center back seam. Next, you want to sew the side seams of the skirt. I'm going to sew one side seam and then stitch the hem with my cover stitch, but if you are using a conventional machine for your hem, go ahead and stitch both side seams. Okay, I'm going to stitch the seams of the skirt using my serger, and I have right sides together. I'm using a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and just a reminder, I always recommend putting your pins parallel to the edge of the fabric so that you don't risk sewing over them with your serger. So here I have the shorts, and I'm going to sew the hem with my cover stitch before sewing the crotch seam. And there's a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the shorts. So you can use your ruler to press 1/2 inch up, just like so. And if I get a good press that holds in place, I don't use any pins. But if it's not holding and flopping around, you can use a few pins. You could also use a wash away tape to adhere the fabric. So I'm just going to go around and fold my fabric up and give it a press. And remember to always test the heat of the iron and make sure it's not too hot for your fabric. For the hem of the skirt, the seam allowance is 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to use this little guy to get my 3/4 of an inch and press all the way around. I'm going to do the hems for the shorts and the skirt on my Coverstitch machine. This is a new machine for me, so I'm not super experienced with it, but it's been fun to play around with. I'm starting with a scrap piece of fabric, and then I'm going to put the hem of my skirt underneath. The Coverstitch will top stitch on the right side on the top, and then on the bottom do an overlock over the raw edge. So it's 2 steps in one. I've already played around with the tension to get it where I like it. Next, you need to stitch the crotch seam for the shorts. Here I'm using the lightning stitch again. Then you'll want to stitch the second side seam for the skirt, and this time I'm using my serger. Next, with right sides together, stitch the short ends of the waistband. Now I'm going to stitch the seam of the waistband, and I'm using a lightning stitch again, and then I'm just going to press the seams open and not finish them. And this creates a really nice, secure, and stretchy stitch. To prep the waistband, you want to fold it with the wrong sides together, just in half lengthwise all the way around, and give it a little press. All right, now I have my skirt with both of the side seams sewn, and I've placed pins at the center front and center back. And this is right side out. Then I have my shorts, and these are also right side out. And the seams are at the center front and center back. There are notches in the pattern at the side seams, and I've put pins there to make it more visible. So with the shorts right side out, I'm going to put them inside the skirt. And then we want to align the center fronts and the side seams and stitch around this top edge. And we're just going to do a basting stitch right now, just to prepare for attaching the waistband. So these seams should all be the same length. If your fabric is rolling a lot, it might be helpful to use a few more pins to help keep it flat. So get that all aligned and pinned, and then baste all around the top. Okay, the skirt and shorts are basted together using a long zigzag stitch, and my skirt is right side out. Here is my prepared waistband, and I'm going to put the seam at the center back, and then I have marked the center front and side seams, which are equidistant. So then I'm going to put the skirt inside the waistband. So this is right sides together, and align my center front with the center front seam of the shorts, and then the side of the waistband with the side seam of the skirt. The center back of the shorts is aligned with the seam in the waistband. I'm going to pin all the way around, and then when I stitch, I'm going to leave an opening at the center back that's like 3 to 4 inches long. I'm using the lightning stitch with a 3.0 length and a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. And don't forget to leave that gap at the center back. All right, now you want to get a piece of elastic that's 1 1/4 inches wide, and I recommend trying on the skirt and then wrapping the elastic around your waist where the top of the skirt is, and find a length that's comfortable to you, and make sure you have enough to overlap the ends. And I would cut it just a little bit longer because we're going to try it on again. So now we have our estimated elastic, but a little bit longer. And you just want to put it through the casing. So I like to use a safety pin, and you just push it through the casing, and be careful not to let this other end go into the casing. So you'll have to start over. Okay, here are the 2 ends of elastic. It's all the way through the casing. And now we want to overlap these ends. So about to where you estimated that you would feel comfortable with the fit, and then safety pin it again, and kind of pull it into the casing a little bit. Now you want to try this on again and adjust the overlap with the safety pin until you get the fit that you like the best. Then you can take this over to the sewing machine and sew these ends together. I'm using a zigzag stitch, and remember these stitches will never be visible. You just want to make sure they are secure. And I like to stitch a square and then an X through the middle of the square. Just pull on your casing and get that waistband all the way inside. I would do another double check, triple check on the fit and make sure that your elastic is not twisted in any way. And then you can close up this hole. So you just want to make sure you have everything aligned, and you can kind of pull it flat for the stitching and just stitch at that 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to take this to the serger and finish all of these raw edges together. Okay, here's the skirt all finished. And if you weren't using a cover stitch to sew your hems, now is the time to sew those hems. And let's look at it inside out. It's kind of funny with the shorts. You don't really get a full inside out look because the skirt gets bunched up inside. But you can see all these edges are finished. And there's the wrong side of the cover stitch hem. And you can see that with the skirt as well. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you don't have your own copy of the summer sweatsuit pattern yet, there is a link down in the show notes, as well as a link to sign up for the newsletter so that you can get the pattern add-on for the skirt. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and make sure to like and subscribe to get notified of all future videos. Happy sewing!